Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Okay, so with the new semester literally right around the corner, I know a ton of us are totally swamped prepping materials and trying to figure out how to actually connect with our incoming classes. Today, we're diving into a super practical masterclass on using Padlet. We're not just doing a basic feature walkthrough here. We're talking about a complete step-by-step setup to take a plain, standard text board and turn it into a massively interactive, student-centered hub right from day one. Let's get into it.
You know, the start of a new semester always brings that wild mix of anxiety and excitement, right? And honestly, it's not just the students feeling it, it's us teachers too. You stare at that roster full of new names and you can't help but wonder, how am I going to break the ice? How do I actually get to know these unique personalities? If we want our students to actively participate, especially in language classes where speaking up can feel super intimidating, we absolutely need tools that build a truly student-centered classroom. And that's exactly the kind of environment we're building today.
So here's our roadmap for today. First up, we'll unlock the Magic Plus 13 button. Then we'll check out visual MBTI introductions, dive into YouTube and music sharing, explore AI individuality, and finally wrap things up with student portfolios. All right, let's kick things off with part one, the Magic Plus 13 button. We really need to talk about the main catalyst for this whole classroom transformation. So picture this. You open a post in Padlet, and you usually just see a standard text box. But right down there at the bottom is the plus 13 button. It's basically a hidden multimedia toolbox packed with over 13 advanced features. We're talking direct image searches, GIFs, YouTube integration, interactive polls, and even AI image generation. It literally takes a boring static text board and flips it into a dynamic multimedia canvas. And from a language teaching perspective, this is an absolute game changer. It lets you seamlessly weave together listening, speaking, reading, and writing all in one single space. Moving on to part two, visual MBTI introductions. How do we actually use this magic button on the very first day of class? Well, we turn to the ultimate modern icebreaker, the MBTI. You know as well as I do, students absolutely love talking about their personality types. This example brilliantly illustrates the difference between your standard, run-of-the-mill introduction and a multimedia one. Look at the left side. You've got a student just typing, "Hi, I'm an INFJ." I mean, it gets the job done, but it's a little dry, right? But what happens when you teach them to use that plus 13 button to search for a GIF? Suddenly, they're showing rather than just telling. They're posting this funny, totally exhausted GIF to show exactly what it feels like to be an introverted INFJ on the first day of school. It just instantly brings their introduction to life. Now, the teaching rationale behind this is actually super fascinating. Like, why are images and GIFs so crucial here? First off, it significantly lowers the affective filter. Using humor and relatable images just melts away student anxiety, making them way more comfortable and willing to jump in. Secondly, it builds multimodal literacy. It teaches them that communication isn't just about words on a page. It's a rich blend of visuals and text. And third, it is a fantastic pre-speaking or pre-writing brainstorming activity. Just the act of finding that perfect image sparks ideas and vocabulary in their heads before they even have to stress about constructing a full sentence. Okay, part three, YouTube and music sharing. Once the ice is officially broken with some funny GIFs, we can dive a bit deeper into personal sharing by exploring what our students genuinely care about, their favorite YouTube channels and their music. Using that same plus 13 menu, your students can actually search for and share a favorite YouTube channel or a song they're currently obsessed with straight from the platform. They literally don't even need to leave Padlet to do it. Whether they're hyping up a fun gaming channel, a late-night talk show, or just the latest pop hit, it reveals their true tastes. And it's amazing because it creates these instant, organic connections in the room. You know that moment when a student spots someone else who loves the exact same obscure music video? It's pure magic. But hey, we're teachers, so obviously we want to take this a step further. We can totally turn a simple song recommendation into a really authentic English listening and speaking task. You could have students pull up the lyrics and do a classic fill in the blanks, or ask them to figure out the main theme of the track, spot 3 different emotional expressions in the lyrics, or even discuss the cultural context of the music video itself. It totally shifts the learning away from those rigid textbook dialogues straight into authentic, real-world English. You can also build on this to create an awesome interactive classroom vibe with a quick preference poll. Think asking the class what their favorite food is or which English-speaking country they'd love to visit most. And here is a fantastic little tech hack from our sources. Once you set up the poll, just copy the post link and paste it into a TA Padlet. That's short for Teaching Assistant Padlet. When you do that, it instantly spits out a perfectly sized QR code. You just throw that QR code up on the big screen, students scan it with their phones, and boom, they're participating in a real-time live poll right there in the room. All right, let's shift gears to part 4, drawing individuality with AI. Next up, we're going to seriously level up the creativity in the room by bringing in the AI image generation tool, which, you guessed it, is also tucked away right inside that plus 13 menu. Here's the thing. A lot of our students have these incredibly vivid imaginations, but maybe they lack the traditional drawing skills to actually get those ideas on paper. AI completely levels the playing field here. Just look at this example from our sources. Say a student wants to show the class that they love dogs and photography. They just type in a dog taking a picture with a vintage camera, and the AI draws it for them flawlessly. It gives every single student the power to visually express their unique individuality, completely skipping the artistic frustration. To get those mind-blowing images, though, the students actually have to write solid prompts. And guess what? Crafting a good prompt is an amazing English writing exercise. You can guide them using 4 really simple elements. Subject, so who or what are we drawing? Action, what are they doing? Location, where is this happening? And style, how should it look? So for example, a dog, that's the subject, taking a picture, the action, in a sunny park, our location, in a photorealistic style. It totally sneaks in precise, descriptive vocabulary practice in a way that feels highly rewarding for them. And you can spin this into some totally brilliant classroom activities. Try presenting these 2 creative prompts to your class. On the left, we have My Fantasy Self. Maybe that's an English teacher flying on a giant magical book. Students generate their image, and then they use that crazy picture they just made to do some impromptu peer storytelling. On the right, try My Dream Classroom. Have them design their ultimate learning environment. Maybe it's packed with bean bags and fairy lights. They generate the image, and then practice their descriptive writing by explaining exactly why they chose that specific setup. And finally, part 5, student portfolios. To wrap up our classroom journey today, we really need to talk about how you, the teacher, can corral all of this amazing creative chaos. Because let's be real, with all these GIFs, music videos, and AI art flying around, your Padlet board is going to get super busy super fast. So first, here is an absolutely essential administrative tip. Go right into your settings and turn on the Required Fields feature. You can literally check a box making it mandatory for students to type in their name and a title before the post button even lights up for them. This is crucial because it ensures that no brilliant, hilarious student post just floats off anonymously into the void. You'll always know exactly who posted what. Finally, you're going to want to track their progress over time, right? Well, you can easily create individual links for each student. Just click the 3 little dots on any student's post and hit Copy Section Link or Copy Breakout Room Link. This generates a unique URL that isolates and only shows posts by that specific student. You can use this to build a personalized shortcut menu for everyone right at the top of your board. With just that quick bit of setup, you are fully prepared for a whole year of documented, organized growth records. Trust me, it is an absolute lifesaver when end-of-semester evaluations roll around. By starting off your semester with these interactive tools, from those hilarious MBTI icebreakers to shared music to wild AI creativity, you aren't just teaching a syllabus anymore. You are actively building a community. So I want to leave you with this thought. What incredible stories, conversations, and unexpected connections will your students create this year when you hand them these tools? Grab that plus 13 button and go totally transform your upcoming semester. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.